This is an InfoBlitz, LLC, podcast network production.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the weekly wrap-up with John and Yancy. My name is John Haynes, and I'm here with my partner, Yancy Seals.
What up, everybody? How you doing? Happy Friday to ya! What's up, Big John?
Nothing much, man. Nothing much. Just doing the do, man. Out here on the West Coast. Finally got here, and vehicle in the shop, but just doing the do, man. Trying to get it all together. That's about
Welcome
it.
to the other coast, bro. Welcome to the other coast. I didn't
Yes,
say the best coast. I said the other coast.
The other coast. I'm ready to say, okay, yeah, the other coast. Nah, I used to say West Coast is the best coast until I moved. But anyway, that's another whole topic. Man, there is so much going on. Oh my God. Everything is so filled. Talk to me about what you feel about your boy Trump, man, and his delay tactics and of the trial and all that stuff.
It breaks my heart, man. I just feel really bad about him right now. He's going through so much. He doesn't deserve all this. He's been the best president ever. Yeah. Bullshit. That's good. He's saying. I'm glad he's got. Well, oh, I posted something, John, that said, MAGA got my ass arrested.
Again. Yeah, I know, right? Yes.
My ass got arrested. That's what MAGA stands for now.
Yeah, and he, man, look, this is the fourth time, and now he's trying all these delay tactics. He wants it to be later on, and they're trying to manipulate, trying to get the trial to be moved to federal court, which is another whole thing. I mean, Willis will still be the prosecuting person, but it's just a different thing. There's no cameras and all that kind of good stuff.
Well, but, they have softer eyes for him because the jury pool goes to the other part of Georgia, and that's where the conservative people are hanging out. But that's not where he did his due. He did his due right there in Fulton County, and right where his ass should be, right in Fulton County.
That is exactly true. He was right in Fulton County where he called to and did in what we say was a crime, made the phone call that everybody knows about. And which brings me to a really interesting fact, man. And I was looking at this, and the 14th Amendment does state that if people that have been involved, and I brought it up regarding Marjorie Taylor Greene, they can't serve in Congress and they can't be elected to the president if they have committed treason or gave comfort to people who were committing treason.
Well, yeah, that's real clear. But as anything, it's when people do things, it's always you prove it. That's they say there was no insurrection. They say they did not give that. So that's the proof. And that's going to happen with the special prosecutor. So.
Yes, that's what Jack Smith is definitely on that, and they are going to prove it. And here's the thing, I must be going in biased, but look, I saw what happened, and I listened to what he said, and I saw what happened. People basically, we've drawn our opinions that we know that there's either people saying yes it happened, people saying no it didn't happen. But from what I saw, right, that was it was trying to be a coup d'etat. But it was a failed coup, and I said it then. I said it then while it was happening, and I'm glad right now that that law, the legal system is starting to work, and the judges are actually starting to act like judges and not saying, like you said, soft eyes, not having soft eyes for him, saying, hey, look, you know what? No, he's like anybody else. You have to work this out. Just because you're running for office doesn't mean that we have to cancel everything and we have to kowtow to you.
That's why I like it.
Yeah,
I heard the other judge, the federal judge, who I think his I think starts in March 24th. I think it is. The federal judge, the system said he is a criminal defendant, and that's exactly how he's going to be treated.
And this is true because he's not president anymore. When people keep saying President Trump, no, he's not president. He's a former president, but he's now a criminal defendant and a former president. So I mean, that's why I don't like, even I never did like that when they called people Mr. President, Mr. President. You're not the president anymore. You when someone else goes into office, you're a regular citizen. So he should be treated just like a criminal defendant.
I believe if he gets convicted on all these counts, I really believe they should just take his record and just put a line right through it. It's a big old red line. Put an H on it or something. I don't care what they put on it, but a big line saying that there's a problem right there.
Yeah, I mean, if he gets convicted of even one of these, found guilty of even one of these, is going to be there's mandatory jail time involved.
I got a question for you though. Here's my question. A person who commits a felony and convicted of a felony can never vote again until they get it lifted or corrected, correct?
Yeah, I think so.
Him as well?
It should. Yeah, he's a regular defendant. He's a regular criminal. Then he'll be a regular felon. If they find him guilty, he'll be a regular felon. So
I would say we need to treat him that way, but I don't think that's how he's being treated. He's not being treated like a regular defendant. He is not being treated like a regular defendant. Because, for instance, let's go to Georgia for real quick here. Fonnie, she indicted a rapper. I forgot his dang name under the RICO law.
Yeah,
under the RICO law, and I'm not sure whether he's guilty or not. I don't even know about the case. I'm just trying to draw the inference. He's in there and he's in jail today. He can't even get out.
That's true. That is true.
Why is this dude out?
You know, and here's the question I'm going to ask. If Trump continues to break his terms of bail, like by going after the prosecutor and going after what I'm saying is that it should happen, because he's tainting the jury pool and he's attacking the people who were prosecuting him. You can't, if the judge said he can't do that. Okay, it's not that you can't do that. The judge said you cannot do that. If he continues to do that, they have to hold him accountable for that. I mean, look, I want the guy to have a fair trial. I do. I want him to have a fair trial, but he can't try to taint the jury pool, and that's what he's trying to do right now. And delay, which we already knew.
But you know what, John? It was the last 4 years when he was when he was in office. He came in with a whole lot of bullshit in his bags. He came in was trying to make money with his hotels. He came in with making money at all his golf courses, charging the federal government for the Secret Service to even stay there, $1,500 a night. How the fuck you gonna charge the federal government $1,500 a night for your detail?
That's what I'm saying. Okay, the emoluments clause, man, they let him slide on that. That was just killing me. The Hatch Act, they letting him slide on that. I mean, it's just there's just so much that Donald Trump has gotten away with. He's been Teflon Don. I mean, people don't like to when I say that, but it's true. He's been Teflon Don, because the emoluments and the Hatch Act, they're clear cut, and he clear cut violated them. I mean, he was like, yeah, that's for y'all, not me. I mean,
when you're in the federal government and they say they elect a new president, generally he puts in the law he's going to run again. Not automatically, they let you know the Hatch Act is now in effect.
Yeah.
You cannot talk about that motherfucker. Why you can't do it? Because it's a Hatch Act. Now, the Hatch Act, Meadows was plainly violated the Hatch Act.
Wait, did you hear him admit to it?
It was dumb.
I was sitting there, Mark Meadows, in case you guys didn't know, he waived his Fifth Amendment and he wound up testifying in his own defense. And that was horrible. I mean, for 3 hours, and he admitted to committing the Hatch. He admitted it basically without saying I did it. He explained exactly what he did, which was a violation of the Hatch Act. I was like, oh my God. Yeah, the Hatch Act. And I said, oh my God, does this guy understand what he's saying? So I mean, I don't know. I think they're just people are making mistakes, and people are going to start really understanding that you're talking about time, like these Proud Boys, the one that just got 7 years and 10 years for seditious conspiracy. Okay, seditious conspiracy now because of January 6th, right? But when these guys start seeing, the people start seeing that this is mandatory jail time for them that are with the 19 to 18 defendants that are with Donald Trump, a lot of people are going to probably start waking up saying, hey, look, I'm not going to ruin my life because of this guy.
Yeah. You know what's so funny, John? Every last one of them, not every last, but the majority of them who was being tried for the seditious conspiracy act All of them pointed at Trump. He told me to do it. That's why I did
Well,
it.
yeah.
Yes, he
that's
told me.
That's what their excuse was. They said that the president told them to do it, and that's what they did. I mean, so they're being held accountable for something that Donald Trump, criminal defendant Trump, told them to do, and he's on trial for it also. Mm-hmm. Do you see that? I mean, I'm like going, you guys just gave these guys 10 years for doing what the person told them to do. And he's now being on trial, whether he told them to do it or not. And we have the tape, we have everything, we have the whole, it's a cut and dry case.
But they're going to argue, if you don't fight, you won't have a country. Here's what he told them: you got to go fight. Rudy said, let's try trial by combat. What the heck does all that mean?
Yeah, I mean that. Look, they were telling them, they were riling them up and telling them to go down and fight. Basically, those are the words that were used. Just like you said, Rudy Giuliani said, it's trial by combat. When they went out there asking for the vice president's head, I mean, they want to hang Pence. They want to literally hang him, and I'm like, wait a minute, you guys not see that? But anyway, all this is going to come up into play because to me, all Jack Smith got to do is go like, yeah, here, watch this, here, play this, I mean, I don't know what else they're gonna argue semantics, saying that it was he could say all that and it's covered underneath the campaign speech act, or that he was running a campaign or something like that. The campaign was over.
He's trying to call it a freedom of speech.
Well, yeah,
he's laying on the freedom of speech clause, and that means that I can run into a movie theater, holler fire, and see what happens.
See, that's exactly what you cannot do, and that's the whole thing. When you say that it's freedom of speech, unless you're bringing harm to someone else, or you can bring harm to the populace, then you can't.
That's what he did.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. To me, it's a cut and dry case. Okay, not being biased toward him or nothing, looking at the facts, or toward him or against him, just looking at the facts, man. I mean, the facts tell you everything, and that's what I'm saying. There's tape. No one has to say you said. There's listen to what you said, So I don't know. I think there's a lot going on, a lot of movement happening with and around the 4 cases that Donald Trump is now being charged with, or the what is it? Yeah, especially the one that's in Georgia. We were always talking about that, and that case is going to be very interesting to watch how it plays out.
Yeah. Absolutely. I can't wait to Georgia. Georgia's going to be the good one, and I really waiting for the Florida one too, man. They're all going to be great. I'll be glued to TV, man.
Well, the thing that I like about Georgia is that it's going to be televised. They said that yes, it's going to be televised, and the judge is going to have a YouTube channel that's going to stream live, which is good because then we can all see what's happening. It should be that way. We should all be able to see, so that way the people that the naysayers can say, that's not what happened. You don't have to listen to somebody like me or you tell them what happened. Listen to it. It'll be right there on tape. You can watch it, and
John, I don't care who you bring in that courtroom. I don't care if you bring in Jesus Christ himself in that courtroom and they ask them that, they are still not going to believe it. They're not going to believe it.
I know.
Trump told them, and that's it.
That's the thing that concerns me, that other than this, rational people, right, are going to believe that there's a system that's going against Donald Trump, and that Donald Trump is exposing that system, so they want to get rid of him. And I'm like, what system is he exposing? Explain to me. Explain to me. I haven't heard nothing out of his mouth except for I'm innocent, I'm innocent, I'm innocent. What system is he? What system is he exposing? Don't just tell me that. Tell me which one. But because there's none. He's just I'm not guilty. I'm not guilty because he doesn't want. He's running not to go to jail, basically. Because if he if he gets found guilty on any one of these, he's done. Unless they elect him as president, then he can pardon himself. I mean,
in the federal ones, he can, yes.
But not in the state.
Not in the state.
Not in the state. Now, I mean, I don't know what's going to happen there. We're going to be at a very, very pivotal point if that happens, because it never has happened before. So
I
I
think
don't
it's
know.
funny. My question is, do the Secret Service go to jail with him and hang out in there with him?
Yeah, okay, that's another whole thing. So I don't know how they're going to do this. I really don't understand what's going
I
to
say
happen.
send his ass to jail and he has no more Secret Service. You fend for like everybody else in the jailhouse. Fight for yourself.
And the main thing to me is I just wish that the Republicans would actually, understand that this is serious business now and nominate somebody else for the to run for president other than Donald Trump. I mean, there are other people there who would, who could run, and they should nominate somebody else other than him. But they're going to have to, actually look at what's best for the country and not what's best for Donald Trump. And it
Well,
seems
right
like these
now,
people,
the Republicans, since you brought them jokers up, they are now preparing articles of impeachment for Biden, and the
and
White House is now preparing for that particular impeachment. It's coming,
oh yeah,
and they're going to shut the government down because of it.
yeah.
The government will shut down because of that right there.
See,
Watch.
the Republicans is playing a very dangerous game, and they because they want to do to Biden what was done to Trump, and this is what this is all about. This is not about anything legal because there's nothing. They have nothing legal. The guy that they said was their secret person said that there was nothing that he had that that actually would bring Biden into the whole program, that he didn't do anything. The guy that they're saying, oh, he has all the goods. Well, he had the goods and it was nothing. So, but they're doing this just so they could try to tarnish his record and do to him exactly what was done to Donald Trump, except for Donald Trump was guilty. And the only reason why he didn't get impeached is because, or get sentenced, is because they wouldn't, they didn't want it to happen. According to who was his name said, that he didn't want to make that a political decision. He wanted the voters to decide whether they wanted him as president. The voters decided we don't want him as president, and then they still said, "Well, no, we want him as president." So we have to, form this big coup. And this is crazy. This is what happened.
But according to a couple of, I want to say it was the Mammoth poll that came out a couple of days ago, and 64% of the Republican electorate say that Trump is the best person to beat Biden in 2024.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, again, I really wish they would look at what's best for our country and not what's best for their party or what's best for their individual. I mean, and basically, because if Donald Trump wins, he's already said what he's going to do is basically tear apart the government. There won't be any more. We won't have the democracy will be basically gone, and we're just going to have a strongman type of government. I mean, hey, if that's how America wants to live, the people see the Republicans that are going for that, they don't. It's like in Europe, right? Everybody was like, yeah, Hitler. Then all of a sudden when that stuff happened, they went like, oh my God, wait, this is horrible. That's what's going to happen here, because you can tell how they're doing the same exact thing. And then they're going to be like, no, wait, we didn't know it was like that. Yeah, you should have known. Yeah. And the people that are going for, that want the Republicans to win or want Trump to win, basically, they're doing it against the system. They're not doing it whether or not Trump is guilty or innocent. They don't like the system, and they feel as though that the system have done them wrong, and they feel as though that the Democrats is the ones that's running this system, and the system that done them wrong has to go away, and they can do that through Donald Trump. What they don't understand is just like any other strong man, Donald Trump has Donald Trump in mind, not them. And when he does, if he gets in office, he's going to screw them like he has done everybody else. Look around the world. Look at look at Mussolini. Look what happened around the world. This is the exact same thing.
Mm-hmm. Question for you.
Yeah.
I think I just lost the train of my thought. Oh, well, I forgot it.
I posted something the other day, man. It was kind of strong. And I guess people, it was that, white supremacist activity has gone up 11%, man. In recent years, it was like 11%. It doesn't sound like a lot, but that is a lot of people that wound up being killed and harmed by white supremacists. And you looked at what just happened, in Florida, with the killing in Florida, and the guy was targeting Black people. And then you look at the fact, and I brought this up, and look at the fact that the leaders, supposedly, quote, leaders of the Black community just did a 60th march on Washington.
Did you march, John?
No. No. I mean, the question I'm honestly asking people is, do you think that was an appropriate response? Do you think what's happening in America right now, that the leaders, the quote leaders of the Black community, what are they doing? I mean, what are they doing? What is their plan? What is our plan?
I heard the news yesterday. I was watching MSNBC, and they're interviewing a Trump person, and they're saying, if we don't get this thing taken care of, there's gonna be a civil war. I mean, if you guys need me to go pull out my gun, I have no problem doing it and doing that. This is a Trump person. If we don't get taken care of and get them out of jail, it's gonna be a civil war. That's what he said. Here's my question. I just remember what it was, John. Out of the 4 years that Trump been in office, can you name me only one policy that he's done? Just one.
None. He did none. He did nothing. He did basically no, not at all. I can't name anything that escapes me. His whole presidency, they were saying was a good presidency, and my question is, what was good about it? Explain to me. Yeah. Explain to me specifically what was good about it.
All he did was run off President Obama's shirt tails. That's all he did.
That's all he did, and cut taxes for the rich. So they got their tax cut, which is, and so they're happy about that. But what else happened? What else did he do? My question is, we should be looking around for that check that Mexico was supposed to send us to build that partial wall that's out there that was supposed to be built. Where's the check? Where's the check?
I got the answer for you. I'm gonna go get it. Hold on.
That's exactly what he said. That's exactly what he did. Said. But my thing is that why did they just forget about this? And just like he was going to have an answer for all these great, a great answer that it proved that there was, that there was a fraud. And then all of a sudden on Monday, I'm going to do it. And all of a sudden, well, my lawyers said that it wouldn't be wise for me to do it. Every time this guy has something like that, it happens that way. You know why? Because he's just pulling the wool. He has no goods. He has nothing. He had nothing. And I'm like going, okay, but like he had this big thing he was going to do, and he had everybody was expecting something great. And what was he doing? Selling NFCs, selling pictures of him in Superman capes. Yeah. I'm like, what are you guys really understanding? Look at this guy, what he's doing. I mean, come on, man. I don't understand. And again, the people that I know that are backing him is not backing him. They hate the system. And so they figure that they can get to the system by going through him. But again, they're gonna hurt themselves doing that, because this system, if you look at who actually sets all the rules for these systems that preclude people like saying, well, I need help, but they say I make too much money. That's not the Democrats doing that. That's the Republicans doing that are setting the means. Okay, that's who are doing that. That's who's doing that. So don't.
I asked a guy the other day. No, it was about a week ago. What other day? It was about a week ago. I asked him, so name me one policy that Trump did that helped you. He said, well, he got all our stuff back from China. I said, oh yeah, what stuff?
No, man.
That was his answer right there. Nothing. What stuff?
The bottom line is that he wound up with the taxpayers having to subsidize the farmers because of his deal that he made with China. I mean, look, those are facts.
You remember that?
Those are facts. I mean, look at what happened there. What did he do? He didn't do anything that was great with China. Look at the farmers a lot of small mom and pop farmers went out of business. Okay. Yeah. And they got eaten up by conglomerates. So as far as he's concerned, it's a win, but I mean, look at what actually happened. You know, no, he didn't do anything great for us. And I talked about it at the time when he was touting this big thing in China. He did nothing.
Nothing. Bring our jobs back from China. China is the $3.45 an hour. We are $30 an hour. You ain't gonna do that. So okay. So a cell phone gonna cost you $28,000 a goddamn phone.
Yeah, no, man. It's not. In China's, well, right now China's economy is cooling. What I've been reading, and I'm not an expert on it at all, but what I've been reading is that their economy is cooling off. But when I was looking at this, the transportation over in China, the technology that they're using for their populace, okay, not for I'm sure they're using a lot for military too, but the population, their infrastructure is a lot better than ours. I mean, our infrastructure is falling apart bit by bit, and thank God for that's another thing for the infrastructure bill that Joe Biden passed. Not only that, but the chip bill that he just passed, that we're using, people getting jobs in West Virginia and stuff like that. And not only that, now if Biden had his way, student loans would be forgiven, okay? But since the Republicans said no, he's trying to do it another way right now that'll help people that have student loans. The countries that we give subsidies to, right, their citizens, a lot of them, their citizens don't have to pay for college, but we're giving them subsidies and we have to pay for college. That burns me up, man. It really does. It burns me up.
Well, it really burns me up when we get subsidy to that crooked ass Netanyahu. That's the one who kills me.
That's exactly what I'm talking about, Netanyahu, because basically they get paid. They don't have to pay to go to college. All their tuition and stuff is paid for them. I mean, they don't have to pay for healthcare. But we're giving these people subsidies, and then at home we're like going, well, you don't have healthcare, so yeah, you go home and die. And people think that is the truth. Or they put you in some place where they're not going to take care of you, and you go and pass away anyway.
Yeah, we'll keep you comfortable for a few hours until you die.
Yeah, I mean, but because you don't have health care, right? But then we're giving people like Israel $80 billion a year, and their people get health care. Not only that, we're giving money to Afghanistan too. See, this is what I'm looking at, going like, hold up, we need to stop all this until we can get home taken care of, and then you go look at what we're going to give people, but that's not what's happening. And I'm not President John, so that's just my rant. Actually, I just get tired of.
It's simple. If you got kids starving here in the United States, you got a problem, and you need to fix it before you start helping others. Now, if you got people on the street sleeping, some people want to be there. I'm sorry, some of them just want to be there because it's easy, so they want to be there. But some of them don't. But some of them do.
I remember going out there on the street and helping these people, but I can say that I can tell you one thing: living on the street is not easy. It's real hard. I would never want to do that.
Well, I'm only saying because now I'm living on the street because I had no responsibilities. I go get a check once a month. I'm done. I'm happy because I've asked one before. I'm fine. I love it. I love my beer. I like my crack, is what he told me. I like.
Oh, Lord.
He said crack. I like that pipe, is what he said. That was exactly.
You like that pipe. Yeah.
I like that pipe. I like my beer.
Hope to die junkies. I mean, yeah, hope to die junkies. I hate to call them that, but that's. You're not even supposed to call them that nowadays because it's offensive. But people who have addiction problems and then don't seek to solve them, and they seek for the next high, then yeah, I mean those people, they're going to be out no matter where they are. But then there are people out there that that are trying to make it, and people that are watching. I just saw not too long ago, I was at a mall, and these guys were washing up in the mall so they can go to their job. I mean, I'm like going, wow. I mean, in the bathroom, washing up in the bathroom at the mall so they can go to their job because they live on the street. But I mean, again, there's different there's both sides. There's extremes on both sides. The thing is that we still don't have enough to help the people that are here in the United States, and we keep bringing people in from the border from other countries. I posted something else that was saying that the CIA or the FBI knew that some smugglers smuggled in a couple of terrorists, into the United States, and they don't know where they are right now. And I'm like, that's just insane. This whole, when you look at the whole thing, I'm like going, okay, man, this whole picture gets weird after a while.
My question today is, John, are we a hunted people? I'm talking about Black. Are we a hunted people by the United States of America? Case in point, in Ohio, lady got shot dead in her car. It says she was shoplifting some stuff out of a Smith's or a Kroger. Out of Kroger.
Kroger. It had to be Kroger.
Wouldn't get out of the car, shot her dead.
The reason why I posted a lot of things about hate crimes going up and that white supremacist activity increasing is because it's true. And as an organization, they're increasing. And yes, they're allowing this to happen. Well, the law enforcement is allowing this to happen. And I believe that there's a certain segment of the United States that are hunting this. They're called the Republican Death Squad or the RDS. And that basically and this is not, go look it up, go look it up. And yes, they are hunting, Black people. And we never know when it's going to happen or where it's going to happen, because they're lone wolves. Because if they're a lone wolf, right, it's basically they won't get caught. Now, the thing that bothers me is that these guys are taking their own lives, which makes me think that they're under some type of mind control. And I know people think this is crazy, but I've been saying this for a while. Look, when you have people that kill people and then they take their own lives, and it's not just 1, 2, 3, they consistently do that, right? That there's something other than coincidence that why they do that. Like, oh my God, I killed them. Oh, now I got to kill myself, or I can't live with myself because I did this now, and I'm going to kill. There's not that. To me, and I'm not a professional psychiatrist. However, I am a certified mental health facilitator. And to me, it appears that there would be some type of mind control. And no matter how slight it is definitely, to me, mind control, because these people would not all do the same thing.
Yeah. So I on my post when somebody responded back, said, I wouldn't say hunted, but I definitely would say targeted.
Yeah, I mean, targeted. I agree with that. Definitely targeted. I mean, it's just, that's why I said our so-called leaders, what actually are they doing? I mean, they marched on Washington for the 60th anniversary of King's March on Washington, seeking the same thing. It's been 60 years. It's been 60 years.
John, let me ask you another question.
The same thing.
I can tell that you're full of wisdom because of all the gray hair. I can tell you know a lot of stuff. Here's my question to you, John. Here's my question to you. If we are targeted or even hunted as a people, brown and Black, why? Why?
That goes into a psychological, deep-seated hatred and a psychological, deep-seated having to be first. How can I explain this? Basically, and when it comes down to it, the supremacists know that they are not supreme. Hence, they're calling themselves supreme. They have to call themselves supreme because they psychologically know that they're not. Okay, so and they're targeting people who they feel are supreme. I mean, that may sound weird, but that's what I believe is happening. I believe that the white supremacists, when I say the white supremacists don't like people of other color because not just of other color, Black people particularly, because they're afraid. Because they're afraid that first off, they're going to be less. I think it's 2045, 20 something. The white race is going to be called minorities at that point in time, because there's going to be more, which nowadays are minorities over them. Their numbers are dwindling, and they feel as though their power base or their power is dwindling also, because psychologically on a level field, they don't believe they can compete. And that's what I
So
think.
basically, you said the easy way out is to start killing black and brown people.
Well, to put it simply, yeah. I mean, to put it simply, yeah. And now, if you get rid of the problem, you don't have a problem. I mean, if you, I mean, just think about it. If you reduce the numbers of the problem, you don't have a problem. I mean, but look, I mean, actually, seriously, you look at all the inventions that we're learning now that Black people made to this society that are used on a daily basis in every industry, not just some industry, every industry, and how it complemented or improved the current system the system that was there then. I mean, it goes back to that. It goes way back, man, to George Washington Carver. I mean, it just goes way back for people to realize that, yes, these people, no, they didn't just go over and get people who were slaves or didn't know anything. They got people because they saw the agriculture and they said, damn, they know how to do agriculture, let's get them. They saw them having Socrates, everybody went to Africa to learn and brought it back from Africa. So it couldn't be because they thought we were less than that they don't like us. There you go. Kind of. All right. Camera work on the West Coast, huh?
That was a technical difficulty.
I know, right? I'm here on the West Coast, so I had to set things up. I haven't got it all set up right yet, but it'll be all right. Anyway, man, so what else is going on? What do you got happening, man?
Well, not a heck of a whole lot. I'm just a little concerned about certain things that's going on out in the world. The Trump thing. That's where all my energy is right now. Just watching them jokers. Just I don't know, not a whole lot.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at there's a lot going on, but then I'm just trying to make people aware of certain things, and let's get together. Look, there's got to be a plan. Mm-hmm. We don't have a plan. I mean, these people have plans. That the white supremacists, they have plans. The Republicans tell you their plans every day. They tell you their plans. What are we doing?
I just simply want, man. I want us to be ready when it comes time to vote. Everybody getting out there and vote locally as well as nationally on this next election. Because this is very pivotal.
It's pivotal.
Really understand how important it is if Donald Trump gets back in that damn office again. You don't understand. He get back in. He told you, if someone tells you who they are,
believe him.
He told you who he was. He told you what he's gonna do. He told you what he's gonna do. If you let him back in, you deserve every damn bit of what happens.
Just everyone, the people that are like-minded, we have to get together. People have to register people have to go and vote. I mean, it's just that simple. Whether you believe it helps or not, it does. Just go out, register to vote, and vote when it's time for you to vote. And if you don't understand, just send. If you don't understand about a position, if you don't understand about a bill, right? Do me a favor, send me an email. Send me and Yancy an email, right? And we'll do our best to explain it to you. Or I'll tell you where to get the information from, so you can read it yourself. But don't just not say, most people, 99% of people that don't talk about politics is because basically psychologically they don't think that they know enough to talk about politics. It's not that it disgusts them, because it is disgusting.
Well, the first thing about traditionally, African Americans, Black people, I call myself Black, we don't even believe in the power of vote. We don't believe that affects us. We don't believe that changes anything. We don't believe that. We don't believe it. We believe they're going to do us the way they want to do us and keep us under their feet for the rest of our lives. That's what we believe. We believe that.
If they don't do anything to stop it, if they don't do a vote and stuff, it'll be a self-fulfilling prophecy. Yeah. And I tell people that if you don't do anything to stop it, it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. Right. If you think that this is going to happen and you don't, and people are telling you what you need to do is go and vote. What you need to do is go get educated on who to vote for and what to vote for. And if you do not understand, ask somebody, they'll tell you. Don't feel ashamed, because everybody doesn't know all this stuff. I mean, hell, the politicians that vote for the laws don't actually know the laws. Their secretaries read the law. Their people read the laws and tell them, they give them a synopsis, and that's what they vote on. I mean, so don't feel as though you're not educated enough. because you are. Ask questions. You know, ask questions. But you have to go out and vote.
You gotta. You guys, too many people died behind for the privilege to vote.
Oh yeah.
Too many people died behind the privilege to vote.
If it wasn't important, people wouldn't be trying so hard to jury rig their areas so that way the black vote can be could be negatively affected. Well, people that we vote for, people who vote in that area, black people vote for in that area, won't get elected because they're the way the lines are drawn. And you know, I mean, it wouldn't, if it wasn't serious, they wouldn't be going through all that trouble.
That's right.
They just wouldn't. So
absolutely.
I mean, that's where I'm at right now. I'm interested in trying to get people active, trying to get them active, and like, yes, you know, we have to get active. You got to, you know, talk to your friends. You got to pass on information. You know, just get active, get involved in your governance. And if you don't, then you can't complain about when Mussolini or when Hitler takes over in an American form.
That's right. You're right. 100%.
Anyway, that's all I have for today, man. That is it for today for me. And I'm enjoying this weather. It was kind of raining out here, but now the sun's coming. All right. Well, I'll talk to you next week, you guys. This has been the weekly wrap up with John and Yancy. You guys, again, leave comments, you know, tell us you don't like us or whatever, or tell us that you love us.
Yeah.
All right.
But leave a comment.
Tell them you love these pretty faces, man. Y'all love us. All right, guys. Take care, and we see you next week. Don't forget to listen to Sundays with Shay. All right. Take care, guys. Peace.